Hey guys, welcome back to Super Hostile Online. Um, we have had updates happen. The last episode was quite a while ago. I know I uploaded it not too long ago, but I actually let it sit around on my computer for quite a while. Mainly because the video file ended up being so large that I couldn't really upload it in like a reasonable amount of time. So there's a reason for that. But yeah, updates have happened. Two new dungeons have been added. We have Pink Wool and Lime Wool now, which I'll take care of those in due time. I haven't actually beaten them myself yet because they are quite hard. I have actually managed to get to the Pink Wool Fleecy box, and then I actually died because it's quite dangerous over there. Some other stuff has happened as well. All of the old dungeons have been changed up by adding new. Vex has basically gone and added these new tiered monsters, where basically has his own version of normal monsters, but they have like increasing strength, and there's different kinds. They're quite dangerous. So we're actually on, I believe this is known as SHO 3.2. We were actually on 3.1 for about a week. Lots of areas, especially early areas, became really, really hard, and so Vex went and rebalanced a bunch of things, and so now we're on this version. So I'm gonna have to run through all the existing dungeons again. I'm not gonna do that on camera, but I will run through everything again and see what all has changed. Why did I do that? We're going to my locker, but yeah, some old dungeons have changed, monsters have been added, there has been a change in equipment as well. The merchant's tunic is actually gone, and it has been replaced by the merchant pants, which are objectively better in every way. They are, as you can see, they are now iron pants instead of leather, which means they last a lot longer. And it also means, I believe the reason why Vex changed these from a chest plate to pants is so that people can wear them while they're carrying trade packs, which I really like. I'm glad that's a change that's happened. I'm not too upset over losing the merchant tunic. I still have one of them in my house, and we'll probably drag it over here in a little bit because my inventory is quite cluttered. Oh, I have a lot of stuff. Why do I have these wooden axes? I really don't need these. Let's just be a litter bug and drop them over here because I have no use for them. So today we're going to be taking a look at the lockers and the housing areas of Valgarde, or of SHO in general, not really Valgarde. That's one housing district, but yeah, so you can purchase a locker, I believe. I can't remember the price off the top of my head. I'll probably mention it on screen after I don't need to do that. I can just look at one of the existing lockers, I guess. I'm so dumb sometimes. So yeah, it's 150 gold nuggets. I think you can actually afford that from the start of the game now. I think you get like a lot of money when you start, like 3 stacks of nuggets, I believe. So yeah, that's really nice. And the locker really is one of the first things you want to buy because it gives you a nice way to store your items. So you get this key and you take it not to 322 but to 332. I've done that so many times where I just walk to 322 instead of 332. So this is my locker. It's really simple. All you get is 2 double chests, and you open them by using this key. These are all the items from the Golden Grub that I mentioned. I like collecting things that have lore on them. And here are some other things. There's a journal here. I guess I'll quickly take it out. This is not really a thing anymore. The building that sold these journals before was actually replaced by the Square One Training Dojo. So essentially, like, this is from quite a while ago. This is basically the start of SHO 2.0, where Valgarde City fell out of the sky. If you want to read the lore, you can just pause the video. But basically, everything fell down. The area fell apart. Basically, in the old days, SHO was actually in survival mode. So players could actually, like, they could influence what happened in Eastern Commons. It was kind of interesting, but it was also really laggy. So, and there's the guidebooks. This is my old 2.0 guidebook, and this is the new one for 3.0. It basically explains stuff like the rules and like hints on where to go, where a clue as to where the first dungeon is, explains classes, basically everything I explained in the last episode. Pretty much everything I explained is in this book. So, and this is the property deed to my house, the book you get when you buy a house. It's basically lore items and collectibles, or lore items and really important stuff that I keep in here. This one is actually my my legacy item chest. The merchant tunic should be. I should move the merchant tunic in here as well, because that's technically a lore item now. These are all of these items that say the bone guards and the wither skull. Those are from bone guards, and bone guards were removed for a while. I believe they're back now, but I wouldn't be surprised if their equipment is actually a lot different now. This is actually their old 2.0 equipment, and in 3.0 they were removed. They used to be like the hardest enemies in the game, but everyone got so much stronger with all the classes that became available, that these items just weren't the bone guards basically just weren't that threatening anymore. I still need to go over there and see what they're like now. I'm kind of afraid to do so, but I probably should. These are the bows that they drop, and their axes, their armor. They also drop a few shields, which are these. They're quite nice. They're not as good as the Shield of the Sun, which I don't really have on me anymore. I'm using the ossuary charm because I only have one Shield of the Sun left, because I died a lot to the new dungeons and to the old dungeons, and I usually like to keep the last of a certain item in storage. I don't actually use the last one, so I need to get a new one at some point. The Sword of Hallows and the Shield of Hallows are actually from a Halloween event. I'm really glad that I got these. They're quite nice. And these are the swords from, well, they're from a dojo we have not seen yet. This is the new version, actually. It's a dojo in Eastern Commons that we'll explore in probably in the next episode, I would imagine. So, with that said, I think we're pretty much done in the locker room here. So, I guess we can go look at the houses now. I guess first off, I should show you, there are basically 3 housing districts, and in the past you needed to beat like a certain dungeon floor to get access to these, but I believe you can just get access to any of them now. Not quite sure. I believe that's how it works. I don't think there's any restrictions on it anymore. There are basically 3 different housing districts. This one is based on Valgarde City. The other 2 are actually based on Vex's single-player super hostile maps. So we'll be taking at the Valgarde district first. There are different instances, basically, so that when all of the houses are have been sold in one district, Vex can just create a copy of it, and more people can have houses. So we basically never run out of housing space. We're gonna go to instance 2 because that's where I live. This building over here is really cool. I keep forgetting whose house this is. It's really nice. Alright, this is Night Zero's house. Night Zero is actually in the same guild as me. We play together sometimes. So this is actually my house, which looks kind of crummy. I'm not that amazing of a builder, but this is probably one of the prettiest looking builds I've ever made. So, so these houses, basically the way they work, if I can find like an empty plot, you buy a house for a certain amount of gold blocks. Basically, the price here is directly tied to the amount of space you have in the area. So this plot actually looks kind of small, but it's pretty pricey, which usually means that you have a lot of vertical space to work with, kind of like my house. My house also doesn't have like a big, like the base of it isn't that big. I don't really have that much floor space, but there's a lot of vertical space, which is why I built a nice little tower. So this is my house. This is where I keep all of my various things. I have labeled chests, my potions chest, full of stuff that I keep using because I keep dying. My dyes. A lot of this is speaks for itself. Most of the stuff you get from running the dojos. This is where I keep all my all of the wools that I collect. As you can see, I have a lot of them. These don't stack for some odd reason. Yeah, it's weird. I'm not sure what caused that, but some of these don't stack anymore. And this is basically where I keep my this side is the one I use the most, because this is where I keep my my supply of all kinds of stuff I need when I go out. Basically spare armor, spare axes, swords, shields, bows. Yeah, like I said, this is the only Shield of the Sun I have left, and I don't wanna use that yet, or any more actually, unless I get another one, which I'll do eventually. Well, I miss the Shield of the Sun so much. It's such a good shield. So while we're here, let's actually grab the Merchant's Tunic, and I'll move that over to the. Oh right, this is actually another. I guess it's a named item. This is one you get from Orange. You can actually buy this in the marketplace. But we'll actually take this Merchant's Tunic and we'll compare it to the Merchant's Pants. Looks like it's also protection 4 and Unbreaking 3, just like this is. It also seems to give more max health. This gives +4 and this one gives +6. Speed is the same. And this has some armor toughness on it because it's iron. So, yeah, the Merchant's Tunic. I'll stick it in here so I can move it into my locker. The Merchant's Pants are definitely better than the Merchant's Tunic. So, I guess the last area of my house that I should probably show you is up here, the tower, which is my my lookout point. Valgarde Instance 2 is pretty nice. A lot of people I hang out with pretty regularly live here, so. And I guess one other thing that I should show that I almost forgot about is actually my little wool. It's not really a wool monument. There's an actual wool monument somewhere around here. I forget where it is, but someone built an actual like super hostile wool monument. But this is the one I made. So, yeah. This is basically like my trophy room of sorts. I should probably update this and give you a little bit of a teaser here. Oh, that doesn't... Does that fit? No, that doesn't fit properly. Luminous leaves. Pink. So, that's a nice teaser for when we check that dungeon out. But I think that about covers everything in Valgarde Instance 2. Or in the Valgarde District, rather. I guess we'll take a look at some of the other ones now. So we go over this way, and yeah, basically a lot of the houses in this area are like mine. And also down there are actually like if you look down here, you can take the staircase and go over there. Those are actually like small apartments. They're really cheap, but you don't get a lot of space, but they're nice if you don't have a lot of money. So that takes care of that. The other housing areas I want to show off, we have this one over here, which is based on Vex's super hostile map Infernal Sky. I don't come here very often because it's kind of this area scares me for some reason, but yeah, there's a lot of floating islands around here, just as Infernal Sky does. I haven't actually taken the time to look. Whoa, that's scary down there. It's almost like this area got safer than the last time I was here. I'm not sure if that's actually accurate or not, but yeah. Not really my kind of area to live in. I would probably be terrified a lot of the time. I think we can actually go up here, can we? There is something up here. We're basically experiencing a lot of this for the first time together because I haven't... Wow, that's a nice view. I should be careful not to fall because I don't have a proper feather falling boots anymore, but... Wow. That looks really nice. So I guess while we head back, or while we try to find our way back, these areas, they're based on super hostile maps because the original, like the 2.0 dungeon floors were actually based on super hostile maps. And basically the way it worked is you went through like 3 floors of dungeon, and then you unlocked the housing area that matched it. But considering the dungeons are like not related to that anymore at all now, they're just here as different looking places to live, which I still like these areas a lot. And then we have this one. This is my favorite one, and I kind of regret buying a house in the Valgarde district because I would really love to live here. This is the Legendary district based on, well, the super hostile map Legendary. More specifically, this is based on Eastern Commons. The Legendary version of Eastern Commons, not super hostile online Eastern Commons. There's a lot of ruins. It's a very lush area. I like it a lot. I believe there's also like a little coastal area. This place looks so cool. I really wish I would have bought a property here, but leaving your house actually costs a lot of money, so probably not gonna do that. Oh, I'm running out of food. I'm eating steak in town, which is something you probably shouldn't do. You shouldn't eat in town, period. You should just use the inn to heal your saturation. Yeah, I think this gives us some... Yeah, here you can see what some of the houses are like. They're actually like pre-furnished, unlike the ones in the other areas. Well, at least the Valgarde district. I believe Infernal Sky has some pre-furnished houses as well. Yeah, looks really nice. I really like this area. So I think with that said, we will end it off right here, and next time we will take a look at Eastern Commons. Not this Eastern Commons, but Super Hostile Online Eastern Commons. We'll check out all the dojos that are there, and there's a creeper head over there. You don't usually see that here because the way you get them doesn't actually happen in Super Hostile Online, so but yeah, like I said, next time we will check out all of the dojos and Eastern Commons, and we'll explore the area a little bit. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.